This is the part 1 of the story titled Understanding Courtship. This is Sister Rosemary and Brother Joseph. Sister Rosemary visited Brother Joseph. When she came visiting, she brought food for Brother Joseph. And happily, Brother Joseph welcomed Sister Rosemary and descended on the food because he was very hungry as a bachelor. He descended on the food, finishing up everything. In the course of eating of the food, he started telling Sister Rosemary something. He told Sister Rosemary that he will want her to visit his mother in the village to stay 1 or 2 days. As a woman he wants to marry, that is good for her to visit his mother and stay a few days with the mother so that the mother will look at her and see how good she will be for him as a wife. Sister Rosemary objected and asked him a question. She asked him to know why people always want their wives to visit their mom and stay a few days with the mom. She told him that visiting his mom is not a problem, that the reason the mom wants her to come is for her to observe her, to know if she can cook, if she can take care of her son. She told him that going to stay with his mom cannot make her a good wife, that she can go to that place and pretend to be good, do all the house chores and do everything, but the point is, will she continue doing the same thing when they are married? She told him that going to see the mom is not a foolproof that she's going to make a good wife to him, and told him that going to see his mom will not guarantee her being a good wife to him. She told him there is no need going to see his mother for her to be approved to be his wife. Brother Joseph did not object to that. He said okay. It got to a point that Brother Joseph started complaining that Sister Rosemary doesn't call him on phone. He will recharge her phone with credit, but she will not use the credit to call him. Rather, she will call other people. After much complaining, Sister Rosemary decided to change in that aspect. She started calling him on phone. She will call him in the morning, in the afternoon, and the night, all the time. At a point, Brother Joseph started complaining that the call has become too much for him. Sometimes he will not pick the call, and sometimes he will complain that the call is too much for him. It get to a particular day, Sister Rosemary was calling. She has called like 5 to 10 times that day. It was afternoon when she was coming to see Brother Joseph. She was on phone calling, and she came into the compound to discover that the phone was left outside ringing and nobody was there to pick the call. She picked up the phone and went to the door to knock. When she knocked, Brother Joseph came out and she started complaining that he doesn't want to pick her calls. Then Brother Joseph complained and told her that the call is becoming too much, that if she wants to call, she should call with her senses and not calling like somebody who is mentally imbalanced. That would have gotten Sister Rosemary annoyed, but she overlooked it. She didn't feel insulted. She overlooked everything and told him okay, that he's going to adjust the way she was calling, that she started calling because he was complaining that she wasn't calling. Now she started calling and he's complaining again that the call has become too much for him. Brother Joseph started complaining to Sister Rosemary about what happened in his working place. He told Sister Rosemary that he engaged in a business with somebody. They contributed to do a business and the money came out. Then there came another business. Instead of giving the man his money, he decided to use the man's money to add to his own to do another business, hoping that when that business comes out, when the money comes out, he will take money from there and balance the man his money. But the business didn't work out the way he planned. Now the man is disturbing him. He doesn't know what to do. He complained to Sister Rosemary. But Sister Rosemary asked him, when you wanted to use the money the second time for your own business, did you beg the man to use his money for the business? He said no. But Sister Rosemary told him that you would have asked the man on his permission to use his money for your own business instead of using the money without the owner's permission. And now the business and your plans didn't work out the way you planned it. She blamed him for not telling the man to use his money and asked him to go and beg the man so that the man will be patient and give him more time to raise money for him. Brother Joseph was not happy with this because he wasn't expecting Sister Rosemary to blame him at all at the first time, knowing fully well that what he did was business and it was for good of both of them. Sister Rosemary told him that she has not said anything bad, that she only made him to understand where he has gone wrong and told him so that next time he will not make such mistake. That it's good to tell him the truth instead of covering things or hiding things from him or supporting what is not good. That it's good to be open and say the truth. But Brother Joseph was not happy with that, and that day went. When it was time for Sister Rosemary to go, Brother Joseph pleaded with her to sleep over, to stay for the night. But Sister Rosemary objected, telling him that it's not proper for both of them to spend a night together in his room without someone else there. That even if someone else is there, that is not proper for her to spend night with a man who is not married to her. Brother Joseph was not happy. He told her that at least it's a way to prove that she loves him. Sister Rosemary told him that there is no way she's going to stay in that house at night. He will not be touching her. Brother Joseph said it is normal. At least it's a way to prove that they are in love, that she loves him, and it's a way to show him that she she loves him. Sister Rosemary objected and said no. She said no and added that sleeping together does not prove love. That since they are not married, they have no right to sleep together. That sleeping with him is not a proper way to show that she loves him. She told him that two people that are not married, if they are sleeping together, it has a very heavy spiritual implications. She started opening his eyes. She told him that if she loves him, that she will not accept to sleep with him outside marriage. That sleeping with him outside marriage will cause the devil to have upper hand in his life, even in his business, in his career, in everything that has to do with him. That God has never approved two people that are not married to sleep together. That is to have carnal knowledge of themselves. That a proper way to show him love is to make sure that he is spiritually sound by helping him to stay away from immorality that will keep the hand of God away from his life and bring in the hand of the devil into his life. He made him to understand that sleeping together outside marriage is like laying evil foundation in their relationship, which will enable the devil to mess up their marriage. Even if God approves that marriage, sleeping together will make the devil to have upper hand in their marriage and mess things up for them. That sleeping together is just like closing the door of mercy of God in their relationship and their future union as husband and wife. This was not really okay for Brother Joseph, but he had to abide by that. Another day came, Brother Joseph asked Sister Rosemary to come and help him and wash clothes. Sister Rosemary later came. After washing the clothes, he spread them on the cloth line. In the course of the washing of that clothes, Brother Joseph came in and discovered that Sister Rosemary did not wash the jeans. He picked the ones she left, the jeans, and came towards her to ask her some questions. Why did she not wash the jeans? Sister Rosemary told him that the jeans are too hard for her to wash. That as a man, he should help and wash the jeans, that she has done almost everything in the house. Wash the toilet, cook food, clean the house, mop the house. She has done everything except the jeans remaining, that he should help her and do the jeans. Brother Joseph objected and said no, that there is nothing in those things she has mentioned that she has done. Cleaning the houses, mopping the rooms, washing the toilets, and every other thing. That there is no big deal in those things, that anybody, even a small child, can do all those house chores. That she has to wash that jean. After much argument and talking, Brother Joseph got angry. He insisted that she must wash the jeans. That all what she has done so far, there is no big deal in them, that anybody can do it. That the major deal is for a man to go out and hustle for money and bring money home. There is nothing in doing house chores. Sister Rosemary was shocked to hear those things. She was very, very shocked to hear those statements from him. And that has made Sister Rosemary to start thinking how the marriage will look like. Brother Joseph even reminded Sister Rosemary what has been going on about the phone call, disturbing on phone call, about not accepting to sleep with him, about not siding him when he had problem of money with his friend, and all things that has been happening. He kept reminding her of those things that moment, and Sister Rosemary got thinking about the kind of man she has been with, thinking about how possible the marriage will be. Now the question is this: you watching this video now, are you supporting Sister Rosemary to continue in this relationship and take it to next level, which is marriage, or are you supporting her to back out? Now tell me, what is your advice for Sister Rosemary and what is your advice for Brother Joseph? Please share this video and drop your advice on the comment section as I see you on Friday with the conclusion of this story. Thank you so much, and don't forget, this is House of the Sons Global. Bye for now. Thank you so much for being here with us in House of the Sons Global, watching our videos. My phone number is on the screen and I will love to hear from you. Please follow us on our social media platforms on Facebook and YouTube and Instagram, and don't forget to share our videos with your friends, okay? And please, if you want to support House of the Sons Global financially, the account information is on the screen. Thank you so much, and don't forget, this is House of the Sons Global.